Gareth.
Hi, Dr. Yi.
And can you share with us what's your problem and what's your progress after treatment?
Yeah, so when I was a child, I always used to bump into things in the dark. And my mom, she brought me to the doctor and they diagnosed me with having night blindness, was what it was known back then. And for years, I've never been able to see in the dark. And just quite recently, around 3 years ago, I felt my eyes were just getting a little bit worse. So I went to the optician and they done a visual field test, and they said that my periphery field was reduced a lot, and would I go and see a specialist? And when I seen the specialist, they diagnosed me with RP. And after I had RP, I became very aware of my periphery and what I could see around me, and what I couldn't see. And I quickly noticed that I have a large blind spot, a bit similar to a donut, if you like, in your eye. So I can maybe see on the very, very outer periphery and a little bit in the tunnel, but around the middle, it's all black. Around 2 months ago, I had to do a test which determines my ability to drive. That test was inconclusive, so it was. But they said that, I probably wasn't fit at that point, but they would like to retest. At that point, that's when I had been doing some research on your clinic. So I had, and we made a phone call and we decided to come over as soon as we could. Because for me, all the doctors have said there's no cure for this condition.
Yep.
And I was told that possibly within the next 15 to 20 years I could be blind. And for me, that just wasn't an option.
So what made you believe this treatment has a validity for you to take a trip to come here?
So initially I found the website, the Wellspring Clinic website, and that brought me to YouTube videos, and we watched some of the YouTube videos, and I'm going to be honest, probably like most people that come across the YouTube videos, we had to watch a lot to start to believe that people were receiving the treatment that they say. And plus I'd made various phone calls, I'd emailed you back and forth, so I had, and it just gave me more confidence that there maybe was some hope out there. Because for me, if I didn't try this, there was no other hope, there was no other option for me. Because the doctors,
nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose, no. The doctors back home said there was no other treatment available, and really just sit back and prepare for blindness. So after we watched the videos, we just rang up the clinic, spoke to Kathy, and seen when the next appointment was, and we just booked it and came out.
Now, after 2 weeks of treatment, what's the benefits have you observed?
So the first few days, I seen improvements already. So I did in the first week, and now today we've just finished our last test, and on my outer periphery I can see the test. So the test that's done is a simple but effective test. It's basically there's a pen that moves around the room, and on my 180 degrees outer periphery I can see the shadow of the pen as it starts to move in. I do still have some blind spots, and I know that my vision isn't perfect, far from it, but after this trip I can definitely see a lot more than I could see when I came. My vision is just so much more clearer. I think the sort of the floaters and the sort of the green over the eyes has maybe disappeared. Last night, for example, I was reading texts on my phone, and for the first time in a long time, I found that I could hold my phone further away from my face, and I was able to read the text with no glasses very clearly. So it was.
How the walking? Do you see a different way you walk?
Yeah, so on Saturday, when we were walking downtown, I noticed just we were walking and my wife was beside me, and she was pushing our son in the stroller, and for the first time, possibly ever, I just cannot be 100% sure, but I could see her clearly on my left hand periphery vision, and it was exciting as we were walking. I asked her to do certain things, raise her hand, and without actually looking at her, I was able to see what she could do. So for me, that just gave me more confidence when walking during the day. Nighttime walking, I do feel a bit more confident walking at night. I still have a lot of concerns about nighttime, so I have about walking through the night.
And do you see any change with the light sensitivity to sunlight?
I never really actually the sunlight never really affected me that much. I know other RP patients do be affected more with that, but not really. I try and wear my sunglasses as much as I can. The sun still does annoy my eyes a little bit, but maybe not so much.
Okay, wonderful. Now, Mrs. Scares, what do you see a difference in him?
He definitely is more confident walking both in the daytime and in the evening. As he'd said before, it was a major breakthrough moment for us at the end of his first treatment that he could actually see me to his side, because, as he said, he doesn't think he's ever been able to do that before. So that was quite an emotional moment for us. He definitely is more confident walking about, and we're just very hopeful now for the future. Instead of thinking that there's no hope for us, we just feel that there is hope now.
Great. In fact, your field today, even for the last week, has been 120 degrees, left, right, plus top down, 180 degrees. This is one of the best response in our treatment. And there's still about 10 to 20 degrees blind spots in between, but it's remarkable progress after only the first 2-week treatment. And also your central vision has improved 2 lines to 20/25 now.
Okay.
Only 1 line short to 20/20.
Wow.
That's why you see so much clear.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, before I came here, I had been doing some eye exercises that I bought from the website. I do think they were very effective.
Yeah.
You also sent me an email with some lifestyle things that I could do, such as things that maybe I couldn't eat, that I shouldn't be eating, that I should maybe be, taking more blueberries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think the build up to me coming here has probably helped the progress here. And my advice to anyone out there looking at this video, I was in your position. I was looking through the videos. I had this looming over me, being told by everyone there's no cure. And this isn't a cure, it's a treatment plan. But it seems to be an effective treatment plan. There's a number of other patients here, so there are, and we've all been talking, most of them all have RP, and everyone has seen an improvement. So my advice to anyone sitting out there is, why not just make the phone call, get some more info on it, and then make a decision whether you're going to come or not. I'd be more than happy to, if someone wanted to email me to ask me any info, I'd be more than happy to share that with them.
Thank you, Gareth. And looking forward to see you next time in 3 months.
Yes, Vancouver's a lovely city, so I'm looking forward to coming back.
Great. That's wonderful.